We are not the truth, whether we want to hear it or not, we are not first class citizens. It's not a lie. Hi guys, how are you doing? How was your day? And welcome back to my channel. It's good to have you guys back. So on the last episode, I think we talked about how parents and kids are being separated in the UK and all, and the cases are on the rise because most people leave their children in the houses and lock them up. And I mean, there have been several scenarios of things going wrong and all. So let's look at things that we can do to check our children and to check ourselves and help ourselves. So first thing I want to talk about is, number one, teach your children that whatever happens in the house stays in the house. Now, I'm not talking about leaving the children at home and all of that. But what I'm talking about basically is that most of all these people are actually very, very, very super nosy. They are super nosy because they already have a notion about how we Africans treat our children or how we raise our children and all that. So they feel that it's the children that they need to get to directly to curb these things, quote and unquote. So before you know it, they begin to ask the children, how is your mom doing at home? What does she do? Does she beat you? Does your dad beat you? Did they beat you? And all that, you understand? And the little child that probably just got smacked for doing something genuinely wrong just startles and says, oh, my mommy beat me today or something, and then all they do is they pick up on it. You understand? So you need to start teaching your children from Nigeria before you get here. Start teaching them that whatever happens in the house stays in the house. We have best friends, BFFs, quote and unquote. Do not tell them about anything. They don't tell you about their own homes. So why should they ask you about your own homes? Because before they know it, they will go and tell their teachers. And then if your teacher asks something, don't tell anybody anything. That's the truth. I don't know. It's a thin line to walk, because I understand that there are children that are abused by their parents, but it rarely happens with Africans. It rarely happens with us. It's amongst themselves that is very common. It rarely happens with Africans. You really need to teach your children about keeping whatever happens in the home in the home. Then, and another thing that you can do is the power of language. The power of language. See, we think it is funky that our children do not speak the language, our native languages. You go choke. See, I understand that yes, some children will get in at the ages where you probably cannot teach them so much, but I mean, speak. Okay, let me shock you. Do you know that children before the age of 7 can conveniently learn 5 different languages without mixing them up? I don't think people have researched up to that point. I mean, your native language, they are speaking with so much English, with so much spring, with some people even saying, it is the accent that they want, blah, blah, blah. The way they have accent, you too, you have accent. So what is the big deal about accent? There's no biggie at all. It is when a child speaks good grammar that accent will be nice to listen to. You understand? So let us even leave that accent thing aside. But teach your children their native language. It does not reduce who you are. It does not make them less of who you are. It even gives them an edge. I have 2 children. The first one speaks a bit, not too fluently, but he understands perfectly well. There's hardly anything I say in Yoruba that he does not understand. The little one understands a little. She cannot speak. She can speak a little. But she's always been that way from home, and I try to speak Yoruba to her and everything, but I don't even know if she's going to ever, but I still speak it to them. I speak it to them all the time. When I wanted to cause problems some weeks ago, I told them that anything, as from today henceforth, if they want to ask me for anything, they want to converse with me, they want to do anything, they should just speak to me Yoruba. I said to God, my little girl was almost crying. She was visibly almost shedding tears. And it was funny to watch. But the truth is, honestly, it triggered something in them. Because last week I overheard her telling her brother that, no, speak Yoruba. Say it, I will say it in Yoruba. And I was like, see this one. Akwela beg. But they know. God bless you, we go outside. They're saying, Mommy, can you buy this? I don't need anybody to, I don't need to make any noise. Or maybe they've misbehaved and like, oh, they already know that they are in for it. The power of your language. It is only Nigerians, Yorubas especially, that I see that we come. Okay, well, let me not shade though before our people start to make noise that I am shading them and everything. But Nigerians, we don't speak our language to our children, and it is bad. You see Chinese, they speak their language to their children. You see Indians, I like the Indians. Those ones, they are on point. They don't care, they don't send. They speak their language to their children. Then who are those other ones that I see that actually do that a lot? I mean, it does not mean you are less of who you are. The English people are speaking their own language. That's their language. It's just because they happen to have colonized a lot of countries. That's why English became lingua franca for a lot of countries. But honestly, I don't know why you should be ashamed to speak your language to your children. Me, not even shame myself. Once I go out to the stores or something, I speak my Yoruba well. If you can't deal with it, look away or plug your ears. It is deal without matter in your own head, not with me. So we really need to do that. Then another area that I feel that we need to work on is the power of non-verbal communication. Hey, I'm glad I grew up in times I grew up. Your mom had discussed with you at home that you should not eat when you step out. Then you now go there and they say, Lola, come and eat rice. And then you now say, thank you, ma. You're gobbling it like a glutton. You're all done better that day. You're all done. Just misplace yourself before you even get home. Don't even go home. I don't know how you want to do it. Even before you get to that stage, before you would have got to the stage where you ate that food safe, the signal, the non-verbal signal that your mom would have given you, God bless your soul. Don't catch that signal. You will suffer for that one. You will suffer for now disobeying a direct order of not eating. So non-verbal communication is very key, especially eye signals. My children know. Once I eye them like this, I trust my girl. She'll be like, mommy has looked at you with bad eyes. It's not more than that. I can't shout. What are we saying? We say, they don't want no mom be. They don't beat children. Yeah? Nobody says you kill your children now. But I mean, children have to have boundaries. They just have to have boundaries, and you have to teach them because they don't know. They are innocent. They don't know what's bad from what's good. You have to teach them. You are the one that has to teach them. Then another final thing I just want to hammer on. Please let us train our children. A lot of people get here, they don't train their children. That's the truth. People don't train their. When they get here, they are busy chasing pound sterling. They are busy saying, Shebi, the children here don't greet. So, children here don't greet. Children here don't greet. Your own child is decaying every day. I don't even understand how a child can see an adult and not greet. As these are basic etiquettes that are just basic. So it's not about maybe, and then we come here, we lose our heads. When we are supposed to be teaching our children to keep their heads, we are joining them to lose our heads and saying that they don't teach their children and all. Sorry, my battery is low. We are saying that they don't teach their children. I mean, my sister-in-law is a fantastic lady. Her children are good. Her first child is in the uni. He's going to the second year now. He's taller than I'm sure he'll be about 6 foot something. He sees me and he prostrates to greet me, and I'm like, the first day and it's not as if maybe because it is me. That is how he is. The other one too that is a secondary school leaver, she greets. As in, the one that is a baby, when she sees that one is even still a baby, it's like 4 or 5. But when you tell him, how do you greet, he answers. Nobody says the children should be perfect. You have to keep prompting them. You have to keep reminding them. How do you greet? How do you greet? Oh, Tom, how do you greet? Oriente, how do you greet? You have to prompt them. They are children, they forget. You have to prompt them. Then you now leave them. Who was training them in Nigeria? Was it not you training them? Then you now come here because they are chasing pound sterling. Train your children. Train your children. The onus is on you to train your children. Those that are not training their children, that are using your own children to do experiments here, their own society favors them. We are not. The truth, whether we want to hear it or not, we are not first class citizens. It's not a lie. Let us not even, by virtue of color, we have already been separated already. You understand? They are home. Everything already favors them. So you have to work twice as hard to get what they have. You have to work twice as hard to do what they do and all that. So you don't want to, some things are just please just train your children, sha. That's the long and short of the talk. Just train your children. It does not take anything away from you. It does not make your children less. So it just makes their lives easier as they grow. So please, I wish parents can do that. And the earlier the better from Nigeria, because when you start from Nigeria, it will be better for you. Because when they come here and they start mingling with the wrong set of people, they start putting ideas into their heads, they start telling them that they have rights, they can fight with their parents, they can report their parents, they can report to the police and all that. Hey, Oma Rosie. Honestly, I had a lady who I worked a shift with. She told me her experience, what her child put her through. It was a harrowing experience. I don't know. I think I will just talk about it some other time, but there have been instances of where children have been misled. With this, they have their rights and all that, and it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. So please train your children. Do not stop training your children. If eventually I'm going to settle here fully or something, I don't plan on doing something that will not have me have time for my children, because the truth is, how many years do they even really have to spend with us that we cannot watch them, that we cannot be on our guard and put them right, set them on the right path in life? It does not cost anything. Train your children, please. It's going to augur well for them. It's going to be easy for you when you come here, because they will know that my parents are out for my good. So when they smack me or when they correct me, it's not because they hate me or something. And those are the things that they will put in their minds. So please, I hope with these few points of mine, I'll be able to convince you that doing the hard work of training your children is your responsibility, your sole responsibility, and it is for your own good, for your own family's good. So I'll see you guys. If you have not subscribed and you avoid this far, we will fight. Please pause and click the subscribe button so that you can get, sometimes when I've not made the post public, people have seen it and they've quickly tapped into it way before I post. So please just enjoy. And I'm out here soaking up the sun. It's a bit cold though. This is 8:15. Wow. Okay, this park will soon close. I think it will close by 8:30. It's 8:15. So because it's summer, it's going to be this way until like after 9, before it now starts to, the sun will go down in maybe like 30 minutes, but it will not be dark still. But we are here all the summer, all the noise is still cold. I'm just packaging because I don't want to put on the jacket. This is my t-shirt that I just bought from Primark. I want you to see it. It's a 12 to 13-year-old shirt. It's a bit big even, but I figured I don't want it. That means I can wear a size smaller. I figured let me just buy this size. So basically that's why I'm here. I want to be in the park and just do some sun filters and all that. My skin popping and we're good. My hair, I really need to fix my hair, but we're good. All right guys, so I'll see you. Cheers everyone. Bye.